Hello everyone and welcome to How the Games Monster Hunter videos again. Today we are going to be talking about the gun lens. Okay, I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately because there's too many games and too little time. I have been playing Monster Hunter Cross still, and there's a number of builds that I've came up with, which I believe it's about time I start showing off some of it. And well, let's keep everything short and we'll go straight into it. This is the gun lens. The gun lens is amazing, and the gun lens is, well, here is the build for it. These are the equipments that I am using currently for this set of gun lens. It looks amazing. The Platina Crown is one of the Famitsu DLC weapons that is available in game right now, and the skills that I'm currently using is this. Okay, basically the skills we have here is I'm not sure what it's called in English, but basically this is ballistics. 15 points and you get the ballistics king. You basically, this thing increases damage for your gun lens, ballista, bow gun, charge X, and a bunch of other things that uses the, what do we call it, Wildfire? Yeah. Okay, Wildfire, check the damage increase. Here we have chance. What this does is when a monster is down, when he's paralyzed, when he's in a trap, or when he's trips over by you damaging his legs, you are going to get a 1.2 multiplier to your hunting arts damage. And over here I have an increased speed in how fast I gain my hunting arts gauge. This equipment set is built entirely for, what do we call it? Hunting arts. Yes, we have this thing built specifically for hunting arts, and I am going to show you guys how this gun lens work in a moment. I'm gonna put this away because I won't be using it, and I will bring something interesting that I rarely use. This is the hunting art juice. What you do is, if you use it, you're gonna get increased hunting art gain, the gauge basically. You're gonna get increased meter gain for a set amount of time. It benefits this set in particular because, well, it's a gun lens. I totally built it around doing ballistic damage, and in everything. Your normal cannon fire is also going to increase the damage as well. This skill itself, if you ever eat an attack up skill, you are going to find this skill in the third last option. This sauce is going to give you even more damage in your cannon. Basically, whatever things you fire from your gun lens, especially the gun itself, you are going to do increased damage. We are going all out in terms of multiplier here, and well, let's just do a fast one, and I'm going to show you guys how this gun lens works right now. Okay, it really isn't too hard, but alright. Wait, we are in a village quest. Okay, first of all, a few things about the gun lens. Before we actually go into battle, I'm going to show you guys some of the combos you can do. Basically, this is striker mode. Why I'm using striker mode is because of this. You get 3 skills. You get 3 hunting arts, and the gun lens is technically the one of the 2 weapons that does not require dodging. Why? Because most of the time you are blocking instead. And what made the gun lens so powerful now is because of this skill. It's called the Blast Dash. The Blast Dash is a hunting art that allows you to move in a certain direction really quickly. It covers up quite the bit of distance, and after the dash you can press X to activate an attack, and followed up by A to activate a full burst. A full burst in gun lens literally means you fire everything in your cartridge. Right now the gun itself has 3 bullets, and if you do the full burst, later you'll see it, you're gonna be doing full damage. Now the second one is what's so called, once you activate it, you are going to go into a mode that has increased gun damage. Nothing to do with the lens, but we are playing the gun lens. We want to use the gun more. I'm going to show you guys in a bit how to do it, but the moment this thing goes in, you have the meter on the top left. It will go straight to the red bar, and in red bar mode, you practically deal 2 times the normal damage of the gun itself. Now the first skill itself is the simplest. It's basically, well, you have a great ball of fire in front of you and everything does damage within it. Because you have the skill chance on, which is this. The skill itself is called Kirimu, okay, something. But what it does is, when the monster is down, remember, you get a 1.2 multiplier to one of the most damaging hunting arts in game from a weapon. The other one being from the Charge X. We will talk about that another time, but right now we're gonna just go straight into battle and show you guys what this is capable of. Because, man, I'm really liking it. I have been addicted to the gun lens for the past week or so, and I think I have perfected the build. And we are fighting the Jinoga, so don't worry about that. It's a grounded animal, it doesn't fly. It's gonna be easy for us as well as easy for everyone else to see how things works. Okay, right now I'm gonna drink this. This is the hunting drink. And you can't really see it because it's on the other screen, but my screen is glowing down there, and I have increased ability, or rather I have increased hunting out, gaining power. So here we go. We are going to war. Oh, usually the Jinoga is here, but we seems to have missed him. So we're gonna go another area and take a look. Here, nope. Okay, let's go to number 7. Alright, the trick right now about this gun lens in particular. Alright, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to show you guys this. Okay, basically the combo that you have is X, 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 and then you press XA, it's gonna be Wildfire. Usually what I do is I hold R and I press X, it's an upwards poke. Upwards poke you can follow up by a charge wyvern shot. This is a charge wyvern shot, and if you let go and press R plus A immediately again, you're gonna be able to do a charge wyvern shot 3 times in a row. But if you are not gonna do a charge wyvern shot on its own, like right now, I'm gonna show you. You press A and you do a fast reload instead. After the fast reload, you can do whatever you want. But remember, if you want to do a charge wyvern shot 3 times, do not mash. If you mash, it will become a quick reload. Alright, there's the Jinoga. We are going for a straight up battle. Let's see how fast this goes. Okay, we spent a bit of time talking about this, so it might go slower than expected, but that's okay. Okay, double fast charge. We're fine there. He's gonna. Yep. Okay, just so that you know, just with that move alone, my hunting arts gauge for one of the moves is almost filled up. Alright, now that it's filled up, we're gonna reload because that is the blast dash. This is the blast dash. It is one of the coolest moves I have ever seen in the game as of now, and it's really amazing to use. It charges really fast, and it allows you to do a lot of things that you usually. Please don't jump away. Thank you. Okay, that was the Wyvern Fire, and I got hit. But because of the Wyvern Fire, alright, the moment the Wyvern Fire hit, I'm able to do another blast dash again. It's really cool, honestly. Just so that you know, the blast dash itself allows me to gain meter for my other attacks. So, in a moment's time, this Jinoga is gonna eat the full brunt of the gun lens, and I love it. Okay, I missed that. I totally did not meant to do that. Charge shot 1, charge shot 2, charge shot 3, backstep, reload, forward again, charge shot 1. We're gonna jump. Okay, we're gonna block that. Poke. Charge shot 2. Charge shot 3. Reload again. And we have, oh my god, he's down. Okay, because he's down, we got our chance multiplier, and we're gonna do this. This is the hunting arts that really makes this gun lens really worth it. Stuff broke already. But yeah, this move on its own usually tends to do enough damage to make, well, the strongest of monsters cry. I've killed lots of Rajans, lots of variant monsters with this already. And yes, that is how fast it's charging with this build, simply because I am using fast charge. Oh, you don't. And yes, because when you play a gun lens, most of the time you are blocking. It's not exactly the best weapon to use when you're alone, but in team play, because most other people getting its attention for you, you kind of really get your time with it. Alright, second Wildfire. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now after this Wildfire, because we are, by the time the charges finish, it's gonna be something else. I'm gonna go to this second, the last hunting art that we'll be talking about. The last hunting art increases your blast damage, and what you can do now with this increased blast damage is do multiple charge shots. And honestly, I'll blast the hell out of him. And this thing itself gets increased damage with the hunting arts because you do a full charge on his own. Like that. Boom. And he's dying already. I think that took way faster than it usually does because most of the things hit, and I am drinking that hunting arts potion. Well, since that's a place I can totally capture him, but no, I'm not gonna do it. Instead, we are gonna go for a few more because this is seriously too fun. Being able to do triple charge shots, oh yeah, this is how you usually want to. Oops, I screwed up there. Go near your opponent. In a hunting like this. Suddenly, I have my meter again. My cats gave me the meter I need. It's great. Okay, just don't run. Oh, I'm scared. There we go. It really didn't take too long, even though we were talking for the first 3 to 4 minutes. But yeah. Okay, so basically, in a gun lens, alright, if you are gonna build it like this, what we have here is increased gun lens damage, 1.2 times multiplier, increased hunting art damage, 1.2 times multiplier when the monster is down, and increased hunting arts meter gain, provided that you also eat this potion that increases your hunting arts gauge gain to begin with. Now with this build, I'm now going to show you a gameplay of a series of enraged monsters that I had played. I got it recently and I found it to be one of the fastest run I've seen to date. That's the first time I'm doing it because it is one of the main quests that you have to clear just so that you can get a specific weapon set or armor set, sorry. But yes, this is how I play the gun lens, and well, let's take a look at the next round that I have for you guys. Oh wait, yes, of course, why not? We're gonna show you how fast that took as well. Just give us a moment. Okay. Of course, I brought 2 cats. So, yes, that quest itself, even with all the talking, took 8 minutes. It could easily be faster than that. My fastest was under 5 minutes run, but that is something else to be achieving with. This is the so-called 6-star village Jinoga we are fighting here. And okay, let's just go on with the multi-monster quest, and I'll be talking about that in a bit. Okay, so here we are with our multi-monsters map. We are gonna get an Enraged Rudolph, Enraged Dobro, and an Enraged Jinoga. Now, the thing about here is I started off in the map with the monster on my own, and the first thing I did was go ahead and attack it. Okay, what you really always want to do is start off with a Wildfire. And the thing about enraged monsters is the moment you do a Wildfire on an enraged monsters, remember, every time you hit one of those red flashing spots, you get increased hunting arts meter gain. So if you do a Wildfire on the monster itself, like what I just did, I got my blast dash in 1 second, and I was able to use it immediately after that. The thing here is, as a gun lens user, you want to be able to do as much gun damage with this build because you have Bomber on, and with Bomber on, your Wildfire cooldown is reduced by a massive half. So it's basically around 35 to 45 seconds just so that you can use the Wildfire again. Really too fast in my opinion, but good enough because once you get used to it, getting attacks in is very easy. And the good part about this team in particular is that all my allies are projectile user, which means when I go forward and I try to attack something, or I try to do Wildfire and all that, I most likely will not get hit out of the attack. And look at this, the Rudolph is down, and the next thing I do, Great Balls of Fire. And this hunting earth has been charged easily because of the build. Can be charged even faster because you're fighting enraged monsters. And finally, if you are not fighting enraged monsters, it is also advisable that you can drink the potions that we were talking about earlier and get yourself your Great Balls of Fire as fast as possible. Okay, and because I have Bomber on, usually by the time I get my first hunting art on, I will have the second hunting art as well, but I'm not using it right now because I have another Wyvern Fire charge. It's less than a minute. The charge is so fast, so good, does so much damage that you really want to use it all the time. I'm trying to go for the Wyvern Fire combo here, and the Rudolph is already dying, so that makes no sense. I mean, okay, it totally makes sense considering the amount of damage we are all putting out. These three are gunners, as gunners in general in this game right now does a lot more damage, especially the two bows users. Both bow users are using the explosive bow, which is the strongest in game. And yeah, that's a dead Rudolph. Whoa, how long did that take? Let's take a look. Well, we started, okay, less than 4 minutes. So yes, this is how fast it is, and I am not going to be humble and say that my allies are the ones doing all the damage. I am the one doing quite the bulk of the damage because the Great Balls of Fire hit. I started with 2 Wyvern Fires and everything else over there. I probably have my second hunting art on already. I haven't activated it, but it's definitely full. So off we go to the next round, which is the Doburo. Something about Monster Hunter X that I really like about right now is because of the hunting arts. If not for the hunting arts, I think the gun lens, I mean, I never really used the gun lens properly in the earlier games. I used the lens in Monster Hunter 2 Portable, but that was really long ago. Now, in comparison to that, okay, I don't like the lens particularly because they are too slow for me. But with the introduction of hunting arts, Zetai Kaihi, which is the absolute escape, you will be able to get to the places that you want to be extremely easily. Goes the same for the gun lens because, especially so for the gun lens, I'm sorry, because you have Blast Dash. Blast Dash allows you to close in the distance that, well, normally in general you won't be able to do so. And the blocking allows you to block both Wind Press and, well, Ross. Because you're able to block everything, you'll be able to do a lot of damage. You'll be able to spend the bulk of the time doing damage when you're close to the opponent after a Blast Dash, as the monster will most likely be looking at someone else. And of course right now I'm having a slight problem with the count because the count is big. Is huge and he has a weird hitbox. He tends to like to show his tail to you instead of his head, and because of his massive size, I suppose I have a hard time keeping up. But okay, now I'm gonna talk about how the gun lens meter work right now. I know it's a little late, but look at the top left corner. You see that red meter, yellow, orange, red meter there. Now what happens to that is, if it's yellow, you do normal damage. If it's orange, you do a slight multiplier of increased damage. And if it's red, you do almost double the normal damage of whatever your gun is firing. And that affects full burst, which is the one that you do after your blast dash. It also affects your charge shots. Over here, as you can see, I'm not really doing a multiplier, and that's my Wyvern Fire making the thing go up way faster than it should. I don't have the, what do we call it? I have an almost overheated gun, but I don't have my Great Balls of Fire yet. So, I mean, honestly, this Dobro is giving me trouble. Its head is already down, probably because of all the explosive element the guys have been shooting in. Because it's a Dobro, it tends to have a lot more HP than the other, well, than the other monsters that we are going to be fighting. The next one being a Jinoga, and enriched Dobro is actually quite a pain to deal with, as you can see over here. But that's still fine, because what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna put a trap down because my Great Balls of Fire is charged. Now, remember, chance gets a 1.2 multiplier. You don't see it right now. It's my hands will be glowing like that, and once it's glowing, it means you get a 1.2 multiplier on this thing. And when it's in the trap and into the Great Balls of Fire, it does full maximum damage. I really like that. I'll be honest, I don't know how much damage it really does. All I know is it's enough to kill a monster in 2 shots. Or at least a low rank monster in 2 shots, if I'm allowed to do it. So to continue with this gun lens here, you really don't keep your weapon very often. However, you are forced to fight something this big and moving around, specifically Devil Joe, Dobro, and maybe the Brachydos. Lesser to the Brachydos, sometimes the Naruga. You will be forced to run around unsheathed. Why? Because you want to land the hits and the cannon shots for you to be able to do blast dash when they run away as often as you can. The good news is, because you can block, I'm not scared of the Dobro. This is one of the best matchups ever, if you ask me. I know the spear against the Arcantor is free. Basically, I can kill Arcantors for free if I keep using this thing. I can block everything the Arcantor throws at me, and we can probably do too much. And this guy is already limping, so I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna put a trap, and we are going to be almost done. Nobody wants to really fight a Dobro head on all the time. It's extremely boring. He is aiming me because I'm the first guy to get here. Thank God that didn't hit. And yeah, give it a moment. Woo! Boosh! Right on the trap. That was totally planned. I mean it. And okay, 2 monsters down, 1 more to go. You're gonna see the gun lens in action against a Jinoga again, which you already saw just now, but this time it is an enraged Jinoga in the guild hall. It's supposed to have a lot more HP, but we'll take a look about that, especially when I have 3 gunners behind me. 3 gunners behind me means constant DPS. 3 gunners behind me means, well, 3 more guys beside me means lesser monster aggro, more time to attack, more hunting arts meter, more Great Balls of Fire. And our friend here is very nice into putting a trap, and of course, when people put G-barrier bombs down, as the bomb master, as someone who is a bomber, you do increase damage. Why not? Okay, that skill is ballistics. It doesn't really give you increased damage in the bombs itself, but I take pride in the fact that I use a lot of bombs in Monster Hunter. You really want to use a lot of bombs in Monster Hunter, especially sleep bombs. If you have time, go take a look at the sleep bomb video and see how we do it to, what's it called? I believe that was an Amatsu Magatsuchi fight. Alright, if you had problems with the Amatsu, there's a video in the channel and you can take a look on how you really want to deal with the Amatsu. And yes, we just bomb and we are going in, and Great Balls of Fire right in the trap, 1.2 multiplier once again. Next up, you know guys, we're gonna be doing flip-flops. We are going to give him as much cannon fire as we can. This guy's still moving around very normally. Well, around this time usually my gunners and bows have expended most of their ammunitions. For bows it's the coating, and for guns it'll be their bullets. But that's okay. Why? Because, well, it's a blast bow, it's 2 blast bow and a heavy bow gun, and someone who can do Great Balls of Fire. Through the flash, prepared it already because it's the Jinoga. Bring your flash when you fire Jinoga. I didn't get hit with that. That was a little lucky, I suppose. But here we go. One has a gun lens. Go into the monster's face, blast your heart out. If the monster does anything, hold down R and block, and boom, sub quest complete. Wow, seriously, it's gun lens. It's just so addictive. I am so happy about how this gun lens is working out. And there you go. You want to charge? Well, tell you what, maybe you can. They're all just gonna run towards you and then give you hell. Alright, that missed, but that's okay, because here you go, it's charging again, and guess what? Blast dash! Boom! Backstab, reload. Alright, not... Well, I suppose I didn't reload that because I thought it might have hit me. But okay, reload, finish. Oh yes! By the way, if you do take damage while you're blocking, you also gain hunting arts. That's really what's making this so awesome. Next up, Wildfire in the face again. Wildfire finish because it's paralyzed. I have that chance on, and Great Balls of Fire. The Great Balls of Fire is really amazing. Right, I almost want to break into the song, the Great Balls of Fire already. Every time I use it, but you know, let's not go into this kind of stuff. And yes, here we go. This is a Geno guy that just died in another 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, he ate 2 Great Balls of Fire, 1 Wyvern Fire, half a meter of fully charged gun from the gun lens. And yes, this is the build I have for you. This is a gun lens build. It's full hunting arts build. It is only doable in Monster Hunter Cross, and because of Blast Dash being so cool, I really like it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys want to play the gun lens, because I don't see a lot of gun lens users online. I find this very amusing, and I find Monster Hunter Cross to be a very good game right now, as with the number of things I can play around with. Personally, it's not just about the challenge. I mean, having a challenge is good. Monster Hunter Cross has a good amount of challenge with the variant monsters, but once you get used to all of them, it's the usual things again. You're gonna kill them over and over, and it will feel so simple. But when you break the damage barrier like this, with this build, with builds like this, there are multiple builds that can do this, and then you are able to cut your hunting time to such good timings. Like in a bit, we're gonna take a look. We got rid of all 3 monsters within 12 minutes. 12 minutes, 3 enraged monsters. Alright. I'm really happy with it, and I'm happy with this kind of results. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have fun with the gun lens and learn something from this. And if you guys have any questions, to put it in the comment section. Also, I will be doing more builds in the coming days. I have like at least a good 3 more builds. Well, if you like this video, do like and subscribe to see more. I'll see you again, and How Da Game signing off. Bye bye.